This is TF from Team Pump & Stein, and I'm on a mission from Rod. So today we're going to be talking about what tools you're going to need to work on a Chipley Series 6, Series 5, SS25, Series 6 prototype, any of the things that are in current production. And I would wager that the vast majority of these are going to work for the new gun that's coming out. One of the things that are probably the most important is a full set of Allen keys. And so I go all the way up to 3/8. You won't need anything more than that, more than a 3/8 on a Chipley gun. Very important. Get a high quality and get ball end. So that it's just easier to reach the things and the screws, and it works a lot better. A crescent wrench works. You'll find that a socket wrench for a couple of these things in there you might need, but a crescent is definitely a good tool to have. As far as lubrication goes in the gun, I would use, this is Dow 55. I'd use this for all static O-rings. I'd use a high quality oil. This is KC Concepts, although it's completely old. Gold Cup, anything like that. I might use a synthetic like this, like KC Concepts is, for any of the moving O-rings. This is an interesting one, and a lot of people don't use it, and I would highly encourage you doing so. For the bolt, you're never supposed to use a lubricant on most of the bolts. This is something you can use on Delrin. This is Tri-Flow. You can get it in any bike shop, a lot of the hardware stores. This is a spray bottle. I'd get the drip bottle. It just seems to work a little bit better. Use that for your bolt and anything you want to be fast. I use it on my trigger where it contacts the sear. I use it on the pump arms, stuff like that. But it can work on the bolt, and it doesn't swell Delrin. So actually Bob Long and some other people use this in their fast guns, having no problem with it. Loctite. I get a couple of Loctites. Get red and get blue. Don't use red on anything you don't want to be permanent. It's high strength. Use blue on everything that you use in your airlines. Don't use thread tape. Thread tape tends to get inside your rag, stuff like that, and can mess things up. It's not going to do a horrible job. Don't use thread tape on your fast guns because it can get in your solenoid and ruin it. Here's a couple of things that you're going to want to keep as well. This is a CCM valve tool. Any any autococker style valve tool will work. This one is one that they custom machine, and it works just fine. Get one of those, and of course we'll have a video on how to take the valve out here in a little while. Another thing you're going to want is a dental pick. Go to a dental supply house and get a nice pick. Straight on one end. This one actually just broke, but get it curved on the other and get all your O-rings off with that. Some long-handled would be better, but some Q-tips, always good. I just keep them in a 60-round pod that I've got. That's always good. Here's the last thing that I really want to encourage you to get, especially if you start working on Chipley guns a lot. This is a homemade thing that I made, and all it is a pressure tester. If you see here, this is a 600 PSI pressure tester. Anything that goes to 500-600 will work. I go a little bit more, and that's why I have a couple of different ones that go on with a quick disconnect. And then all I've got is a slide check here to let pressure off or to check the recharge rate of a regulator. And then the fittings, this is an old bottom line off of an autococker. And whatever fittings, most of these you can get at Home Depot, this straight piece and this double female. And what that allows you to do is take any tank, we'll say, screw it in, pressure it up, and check how much pressure the regulator is putting out. Now this particular tank is just about empty, so there's not much left. But when you're checking your tank pressure or your regulator pressure, and how you do that is you just screw the reg in here, use a macro line fitting onto an on-off here, then screw your tank in here. Pressure up the tank, check to see how much your reg is putting out, and then you can use the slide check on and off to check the recharge rate of the regulator. If you're going to do a lot of these, or if you're just going to have a couple of guns, I highly encourage you bodging one of these together and having it. But that's about all the tools you're going to need to work on the Chipley. Check out our other videos, and you'll see how to do that. Thanks.
Outstanding!